welcome to this first Reiki attunement. First, I will ask you to become aware of your energy space. Just the space first that you occupy by your physical body, and then bring your attention into that space. Take a few breaths. And while you do that, start to feel a bit outside of your immediate body. Feel that added extra layer of energy that you're sitting in, and continue to just simply breathe and filling this space as well with all of your presence. And while we're on the subject of breath, while you breathe in the air and let it pass through all of the cells within you, and you let it breathe out all that is left, feel this movement filling the space somewhere in your center. And the next time you breathe out, just let go from exactly that same space. Breathe in, and whatever you feel refers to tranquility and peace. And breathe out everything that does not bring you either both or both. And while your mind is receptive to images and thoughts, imagine that you're at the shore of a big lake. Take note of the moment of the day that presents itself to you in this scenery. Everything is right as it should be. And with your back to the lake, you see that you are standing at the edge of a magnificent forest. There's a slight upward slope moving upwards, and you start following a tiny trail that simply follows the edge of the forest and then slowly slopes out backward. It's a pleasant rise. There's no stress here. And while you start walking, feel whatever it is that you have under your feet. The path will appear as soon as you start moving. Put your foot down with intention as you're walking on this path right now. Take your time, and as you follow the path around the edge of the forest and along the little hill and upward slope at its foot, notice that at the left and at the right of you there's undergrowth, ferns, moisture that covers the ground, protected by the leaves. Waiting under the trees' canopies. Continue walking. The path starts turning to the left, still following the little hill, and you notice that the light starts to change. You're going deeper into the forest. There's a change in the quality of the air, and the undergrowth you feel is inhabited by small animals that accompany you on your way. You get a sense and a feeling of the life all around you, from the smallest molecules, from every plant, from the rhizomes to the root fungi. to the very top of each and every tree around you, up into the sky above you, vibrating. You continue along the path, and you feel the slope that does not tire you, even though you start to climb higher. You keep going up, and you're reaching a small plateau covered with tall trees. The vegetation is getting denser, and the space between the trees is getting smaller and smaller. And you feel tempted to wait, to just hold for a minute. As you can tell, there's another part of the forest that welcomes you, full of kindness. There's a feeling inside of you, as if you know this space, even though you clearly know you've been here for the first time. But your soul is not. She is coming home from many, many long years of leaving and living. Keep going. Start walking again through the trees on this tiny, tiny path, visible only to you, as the spaces between the trees continue to close behind you. And yes, it feels as if the trees around you are making space just for your path and your passing, while behind you they're straightening up and closing the gap, guiding you and leading you into the heart of the forest. And while you move through the last trees, you begin to realize that the light is changing once more. There is a glow, a very special glow. And you keep going, passing through the last 2 or 3 trees that will not block your way. And you finally enter the heart of the forest. Are you surprised to take this last step? Does it feel meaningful to you? You find yourself under the canopy of the trees, an empty space, completely free. You go towards the middle of this space. It is filled with clear light, and a small pond in the middle of this clearing. It is full of light and energy, full of the living energy of all the colors of the rainbow opalescent, waiting for you. You notice how you feel immediately soothed by this image and in the presence of the heart of the forest. This is the tuning fork. It is reminding your system, reminding your energies of this space. It is a space full of light of love and life. You have access to this space from now on, forever. And while you contemplate this space, approaching slowly, create a space within yourself for this light. There may be many ways in which you want to play here in this welcoming spot. You could slip inside the pond into the water of liquid light and float on its surface. Or if this still feels like a bit too much, you can sit next to it. Contemplate and see it and rest in its presence. Can you put your hand in? Can you mix your hands with light full of peace and joy? and you allow yourself to absorb this light, attune to its presence, and take a piece of it with you so it can live within you. You're having an experience of something that cannot be emptied or used or worn out, and that you can have as much of you want and as much of it as you need. There's no end, there's no finality here. You do not need to acquire it, you do not have to earn it. You do not have to be present. You do not have to be in this way or that way. Do this or do that. This, right here, is your birthright. By your simple existence, you have access to this energy and this space. This roof, this protection, and this heart of the forest. It is yours. Open and receive. Simply at your own pace, ask yourself, what is it that I need right now? And let yourself be filled. Relax, enjoy and love. Anything that does not belong here with you, you can let go. You can come back here anyway and anytime. You do not need anything for a ritual. You can always come back by thinking about it. Include this energy in everything that you do and offer it to anybody who would need it. You're now harmonizing to the heart of the forest, breathing it in, and rest yourself here for as long as you need.